Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Victoria. Today we have a pick a card that's kind of the third one in this kind of series that's like a soul discovery or of what you wanted to experience in this life. So I've already done work and love. So if you're interested in those, I will try to link them either here or in the description. And now we're talking about family, and I think this is gonna be interesting, and also it's gonna help probably a lot of people understand their relationships with their family a lot more. So here I want to talk strictly about blood-related family. So this will either be your family before you came in, when you came in, so your mom, dad, grandparents, etc., or your family that you're going to make in the future. So your children, maybe husband, wife, um, and maybe grandchildren. But yes, you'll see how it resonates and how you feel about it. And you'll use your own discernment, I'm sure. Yeah, so we have 5 groups today. And today I thought it would be nice to pick with the cards themselves as well, not just crystals. So we have group number 1 here with the Magician and this Amethyst Merkaba. Group 2, the Knight of Pentacles with this Tiger's Eye. Group 3 is the Death. Hope no one is going to be scared of this card. You guys should know this is the one about transformation. Anyway, this is Black Tourmaline. And group number 4 here with the small, little... keep wanting to call it yellow quartz. It's not yellow quartz. This is a citrine. Or I don't know, maybe you call citrine yellow quartz? Anyway, the 4 of Wands. And group 5 here with this Queen of Pentacles and this red aventurine. Yeah, so these are the groups. See which one draws you in the most. Maybe several will be drawing you in, and then you'll have different messages in different groups. So just follow your intuition, guys, and see what comes through. Anyway, I'll let you make your decision and I'll see you in your group. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your reading. So you guys picked the Amethyst and the Magician, but the cards that came in with them are also the 4 of Swords, the Queen, and the King of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. So that is a very interesting just setup here. And before I even talk about everything, I just want to say I was not intentionally putting this crystal and all of the other crystals with their groups. I just picked whichever ones were calling out to me, and they just so happened to be calling out to me in this order. So the Amethyst together with the Magician, you are a very powerful soul, magical person, magical soul. And I feel like your family themselves as well must be like that too. They might not be very spiritual, but maybe they're very magnetic. Maybe they manifest things easy, or they're just very, like, maybe higher level souls. It really feels like, of course, there's definitely a reason you're here with them in this life. Again, like I said in the beginning, I don't want this to be specifically about your parents and ancestors. It can be about your children, grandchildren. So take this the way that it resonates, with whatever group it resonates. So yes, I really feel like this is a very spiritual group though. I would be very surprised if none of those parts of your family are in a way spiritual or have tried to have been somehow interested in some kind of spirituality or something of that kind of nature, or emotions. There's definitely a lot of emotions here with both the King and the Queen of Cups. It feels like a very balanced family where you have that mother and father, and they're both so loving and so emotionally intelligent, where they understand you completely. Or maybe you're the mother and father of children. And you understand them completely, and it really feels like you've been given everything that you need with this family. It really feels like that, where this is we all choose our families. We all choose our families, but you really chose this family for a very big, very specific reason. And I really think part of it is to, in a way, stir you towards spirituality and towards this path, towards asking questions, towards looking within, towards being very loving. Something that's coming through in my head is some of you, I don't know if it's all or some, may have been drawn to this path, possibly because your parents were the opposite or something along those lines. So not having that took you to this path, took you to want to be more emotional, more loving, more connected, and to want to be more into spirituality, into these kind of things where you're connecting with the divine, with your higher self, with the essence, the source, or God. They could have also been religious as well. That could also be something here. And the Magician is also the alchemist. So another thing here is that they can be really good manifestors. They don't need to specifically know that they're manifesting things and how they're manifesting them, but they're just really good at making things happen. And creating things. And also, Magician, a lot of times this comes through because of soulmates, or soul family. So it's possible that your family is part of your literal soul family, or they're your soulmates. Definitely a strong connection there. And I don't know, I really feel this peace there with this family, and just able to relax. I don't know, the ability to relax. And I also feel that there's something about appreciating what you have. I feel like you, more than others, were able to appreciate what you had. Because maybe at a time you didn't have much, or maybe you were just taught to appreciate the things that you have. But yeah, it really feels like there's a very big balance there. Yeah, you could have been missing some things, but those things were missing for a reason, and you had a lot of other things there to work with. Let's see what other cards came through. So we have the bluebell here and the mustard. So the mustard. The bluebell is a lot about asking for help, being able to ask for help, learning to ask for help. So it's possible that maybe you're someone who for a long time tried to do things on your own, but it just didn't work. Or you kept getting this lesson where, you should ask for help. So if you would try to do something alone, it just wouldn't work out. But if you ask some of your family for help, you would see that, things work out. It really feels like connections, like they bring you connections where you can get assistance from. And literally the assistance could be from them, or they know someone and they connect you with that person that can help you. But it really feels like they taught you how to ask for help. And or again, you might teach your children how to ask for help and really let them know that you will always be there for them if they need that, and really teach them that they don't need to do anything alone. We're here, all of us. Oh, how many people are on earth to work together. We're not here to work alone. If we were, then we would be isolated somehow. Anyway, the mustard itself is really about, I think there was a story, maybe in Germany it was, where new brides sow mustard seeds in their dresses or something like that, so that they have strength and courage in their new home. So it really feels like the way that they really get you ready to face whatever is ahead. And they taught you, I'm really talking like it's your parents, but in case you don't feel that way, maybe this is you teaching the next generation. Anyway, it really feels like they taught you to stand up for yourself and to not let anyone like put you down and be demeaning. It really feels like, yeah, I don't know how they taught you this. It could have been in a very, loving, heartwarming way, but it also could have been through their actions that were not as nice for you, but that taught you to be strong. But know that whatever they did, they definitely did because they loved you, because they thought it was for the best for you. I think they have nothing but love for you. Your family. It just really feels like so much love and understanding. Even if you don't feel like they're understanding, I really feel like they actually are. And on an inner level, they're really supportive of you. You might not feel that, but that if you don't, that's coming through because of some kind of other issues, I guess. And it was so funny. Your group was the only one that got a card from this deck. And it was because it was randomly stuck in one of the other decks. I don't know how that happened, but it came up for your group, interestingly enough. So we have the King of Pentacles here. I guess I'll put him here. And with the King of Pentacles, again, another warm father figure. A father figure that was there to help you through things. And it really feels like, you didn't have much missing. Yeah, you did have things that were missing, but things were still there for you. Whatever you needed was there for you. And it really feels like maybe it was some kind of father figure that really was providing things, or is still providing things. Everyone has different situations. Not just support that's emotional, but also physical support. Like you had a home. You were not homeless, I'm guessing, from what I'm seeing. You had enough money to, go to school and get food and have like clothes that are at least decent. So it really feels like you were provided for, and it really feels like you were cared for. You're still cared for, by the way. But yeah, it's really nice and warm energy that I'm feeling from your group. We also have Master Jesus here. Forgiveness. You are on the path of love, light, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. So there definitely is a lot of, I guess, father, paternal energy here, divine masculine energy coming out with that card as well. It really feels like really for some of you it's coming through that it will be that you learned a lot of these lessons from your father not being this type of person, but him not being that made him that, because he was not this is what he was supposed to do, the way that he is or was, that's how he was supposed to be. So it feels like his soul or his higher self, however you want to think about it, was really trying to help you with what they were doing. So if they were really nice to you, yeah, obviously they're helping you. But if they were really strict with you, then that's because you were supposed to learn some lessons. If they were the opposite of, emotionally intelligent, I guess, like didn't understand your emotions at all, it's because it was some kind of a lesson for you. And there's also something coming through about healing the father line. So whatever happened with your father, there's definitely strong links to healing that father line. Something there. And I feel like you and your probably father are working on this together to heal this. So you're not alone, even though if you might feel like you're alone. If you do, you're not. We also have the divine director, intervention and purpose. Oh, before I move on, I want to touch back on this. Again, you're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Again, very, very similar to all of these cards that we're getting here. It really feels like this family in some way fostered this love in you, this emotional side of you, where you can love people who are around you. You can love everyone. You can show them love and forgiveness and be compassionate. Anyway, the divine director. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided and happiness is your purpose. Maybe you guys had happy childhoods. Or again, if this is about your children in the future or now, you were good parents who really just wanted to teach their children well. But it really feels like, again, like I said, whatever happened with you was definitely supposed to happen. There were no missteps. Everything has been guided through and through, and that was exactly how it was supposed to happen so that you could become who you are right now. So know that, and I guess, again, if your parents were not the nicest to you in some kind of sort of way, if you have a lot of trauma from them, don't hate them for that and understand that, they were just doing what you wanted them to do. Which, depending on the situation, that can sound pretty awful, but yeah, all of us have different experiences, so it's hard to say. We also have the grandmothers here. Remember your roots, perspective, and trust the weaving. So again, trust the weavings. You were definitely there's such a strong connection there. There's such a strong reason for being together. I really feel like your souls really had a big plan with what you wanted to do in this life, I guess. And it really feels like also another thing that was supposed to be learned by being around these people is that everyone can have different perspectives and still love each other and still be together. And another thing coming from this card is that it really feels like at least one of your family members really connected you to some kind of more, I don't want to say ancient, but more ancestral, like the roots. So where you come from, the culture connects you deeper to the culture. So again, if I don't know, it could be religious or really traditional or loves the country you're from a lot. But it really feels like there's something about roots and them rooting you to this place that you were born in or the culture that you were born in, and stirring you there, not letting you forget where you came from. Yeah. That's definitely coming through. We also have here the golden children. So, inner child tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. You were most likely quite gifted, and I can definitely see that someone in your family, it might not be exactly your mom, dad, someone a blood related to you is also very gifted. And again, it really feels like you definitely had a plan coming in. Like your family definitely had an exact plan, how it would happen, when it would happen, what would you do, and what you know, how things will go. So yeah, I just wanted to say with the grandmothers, I'm also feeling this energy of connecting you to the earth and like, so I said it could be religion, but I don't think so. I think it's more like loving nature and believing in nature. So it reminds me of my own grandma I used to ask her, when I was a kid, do you believe in God or what do you believe in? Like, what is your religion or something? And she would tell me that she believes in nature. So she trusts nature. She sees, the plants growing, everything, the sun coming up and down, the moon moving, literally the waters of the earth. And she believes in nature. And I really feel like that energy is coming through with this card. Funny that it's the grandmothers and I'm talking about my grandma. Maybe this is my group. um, but yeah, it really feels like that kind of energy is coming through where someone is really grounding you to the earth and at least trying to help you love nature as much as they did. Anyway, again, let's continue with the golden children. Get back here. Again, I really feel like you definitely have a lot of gifts. You're a very gifted soul person. So the family was specifically chosen to, in a way, deal in a certain way with these gifts, to, in a way, grow them. But again, I really feel like for some of you, there could be some like rejection or push and pull to make you understand and build strength up within you. So again, it will be different for some of you. It really feels like there's two groups here in this one group. One is like really the loving family where they really help you all the time and assist you. And then there's the other group where it really feels like they helped you, but it was more like tough love. We also have here the freedom of truth. Communicate honestly and be who you are. So definitely I really feel like they are people, who do speak their truth. And I think you learned to speak your own truth and got the courage and strength to do it because you saw them, you learned from them, and how they do it. And no matter how much others might judge you, you still allowed yourself to be who you are because that precisely your family is also just being themselves unapologetically and not scared, or at least one person from your family. So yeah, I really feel like also you have a lot to say and a lot to share in this life, and that's why you have this family that's so supportive in a way. Because again, oh my god, is this my group? Because you have these gifts and you have to share things, so that's why they're specifically supportive of you, even if they don't fully understand you. Like they understand you, but they don't fully understand you. If you know what I mean. And the last card I have for you is Doorway to Fairyland. Imagination is the key that will open and the doors and show you the way. So that's quite an interesting one. It really feels like imagination is big and with your family, and some of your family members are very imaginative, just like you. I think you are most likely very imaginative and have like a wild imagination, can use it, and maybe they were allowing you to play a lot when you were young, allowing you to create a lot, like draw or watch a lot of cartoons, and that really helped you grow your imagination even more. And I don't know, it really feels like, again, even if they don't understand you, they don't exactly like condemn you. That's what I'm feeling. Um, they don't tell you, "Oh, you're working with demons or something." I don't know. You should get out of my house. They're like, "You're doing that? Okay, that's a bit weird. I don't fully understand it, but okay, you can keep doing that as long as you're not in my way." Or maybe they fully understand you, which would be awesome. Maybe they fully understand you and they're like, "Yeah, you're so amazing. I want to help you." But yeah, group one, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love to hear back from you in the comments if any of this resonated, because yeah, I'm super curious. And also, if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, group two. You guys picked the Tiger's Eye and the Knight of Pentacles. And with that came the Empress, the Ace of Wands, the King of Swords, and the reversed Hangman, who looks really funny reversed because he's basically a bright. I mean, yes, just like it's like he's standing. But yeah, quite an interesting group. And I want to say, I should have said this at the start, but I did not like consciously put this stone onto this. I did not purposefully put this stone onto this card. I was just picking them, so it just happened that this one went on top of this card. So this really leads me to think that your family is very, very grounded. It really feels like they're very grounded people who are, I don't know, some of them could be like more emotional and spiritual, but it really feels like they're most likely more into the material world, the 3D world. They probably don't really understand you that much as well, especially since, you know, you're here watching this video, so you're at least a little bit spiritual. It really feels like they probably don't fully get that, but they're still okay with it. They're okay with your beliefs, but it really feels like, I don't know if they'll ever get it. Because it feels like they're just meant to be more in the 3D. By the way, I'm talking like, this is for your family, like mom, dad, and grandparents, aunts, uncles, etc. But this could be, like I said before, about your family that you will create. So your children, grandchildren. But yes, I'll continue talking like it's for your parents, but you know, use discernment. Anyway, we have the Empress here, so there's definitely a very mothering energy here. Also a very abundant energy. I feel like you're not the richest people in the world or in your city or yeah, even neighborhood maybe, but you're definitely well off. I can definitely feel that you guys had everything that you needed and a bit more. It really feels like you are more well off than most people on Earth are. And most people on Earth are very poor. So it really feels like you were taken care of. And there was someone out there really caring for you. I'm not sure if it's your mom. For some of you, it might be your grandmother, or the grandpa, or dad. But I'm definitely feeling more of a woman. But yeah, I really feel like someone really cared for you and really wanted to take care of you and probably is still caring for you so much. And the opportunities that you got because of the position you're in were more than you could imagine. You were in this family partly because of that, because you would have the opportunities that you would. It really feels like there are people who might, I don't know why I'm getting like travel a lot, or not a lot, but you know, like to travel or do different kind of things, so you get to experience different things, like learn different sports or do different activities, go to different places, like go swimming, go hiking, go do all kinds of kind of different stuff, because they like experimenting, they like doing different things. They have or had the resources to do that with, and so they did. And I do feel like also because of the tiger's eye, there was definitely at least someone in your family that's very protective of you, very, very protective of you, like literally like a tiger protecting its little cub. Yeah, it really feels like that, like protection. And I also feel like things move very slow in this family because they're so in the 3D, and some of them have quite, like, not super heavy but heavy energy, where things go slower. So there's also like this quicker energy, but there's also slower ones. Sometimes time with them moves slower, like maybe when you're with them it feels a bit like, oh, it's just dragging, like maybe you're not having as much fun as they might be, or something like that. But I'm getting the feeling of something slow there because of this Knight of Pentacles. He's the slowest knight, but also very helpful, and you're definitely supported and assisted. And I feel like they raised you to be like helpful and to go for your goals, slowly but surely, like take one step at a time kind of thing. Rome once wasn't built in a day, that kind of mentality. With the knight, I was gonna call him a knight. He's not a knight, he is a king. The king of swords here. It's quite an interesting one to have here. It really feels like at least one of the family members is, I'm getting this like dominant feel, where head of the house kind of feeling, where he makes all the decisions. I'm saying he doesn't have to be the man of the house, could be a woman, but just gonna keep going with the he. It really feels like he's kind of like dominant, and it could be both of them are, and sometimes there could be arguments as well because of that. But it really feels like this kind of dominant energy where it's like, you go here, you do this, you do that. Like, good at speaking, good at putting things together and organizing, but also a bit too much. Like, it's a bit too much. Yeah, things are working out because of you, but you should calm down a bit. That kind of energy is what I'm feeling. And yeah, also very just resourceful is coming through a lot for you. Resourceful. Your family is very resourceful, and they definitely taught you to be very resourceful. This guy here, some of them could be religious. I don't know why that's coming through, but it's coming through. It really feels like someone there might have been religious. Probably, maybe not a parent, but grandparent. But very lost. Like lost in the religion and confused and like in a way on the wrong path. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but yeah, I really get that energy, and like you were misled about spirituality and about all of these things because of your family. So you guys, I'm assuming, were probably not spiritual and probably had a more intense awakening because of this. Yeah, I really am not feeling like your family is spiritual. Yeah. Anyway, something else that I'm feeling is again stagnation, like a slowness, but an feeling of not always wanting to make decisions. Sometimes, because this is quite conflicting energy, it really feels like sometimes the decisions are made super quick and like super like, yes, this is happening and that's it, full stop. But sometimes it's like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know if I want to do this, and like things get prolonged and confusion happens even more. It's really interesting. Maybe it's different characters, I guess, playing off of each other, or different like the same person, like just being a bit different sometimes. But yeah, I really feel the strong though, like you're very confused because of them about all of this stuff. Anyway, the next cards that came through are the Jasmine and the Lavender. These are quite beautiful cards. And with the Jasmine, I really feel like, though I was saying I really feel like you were provided for and you had enough, there were still a lot of issues. That's what I'm feeling with this card. It was not easy being with them. I feel like you probably clashed with them. So you kind of felt like out of place, maybe, and like completely different from everyone. And even though they loved you, they supported, they're supportive and they love you and they're protective, it doesn't mean that things went well. I really feel like there's a lot of clashing there. But maybe in the latest years or later on, if it hasn't happened yet, things probably are looking way better for you guys. As you mature, I really feel like as you mature and matured, your relationship would get better. And with time, the relationship would get better. There would be less arguments, less clashing, maybe more understanding from them, maybe not. Yeah, but it's definitely good things coming. And if you will have, so if we're talking about the parents here, looking at it, yeah, probably we're talking about family, parents, grandparents. I do think that your family that you're gonna create or have created is definitely different and much better, like a much better environment, and much more open and understanding, where you don't feel like you're the black sheep of the family, I guess. And with the Lavender, again, there's that feeling of I don't know if it's abundance, richness, like you had whatever you needed. And I really feel like even though, yeah, there was clashing and maybe some things weren't going that well, you still had time to relax. You still weren't constantly having to do things, or to constantly work. If you did work constantly, that was your choice, definitely. It was not because of your family. That's what I'm feeling. You might, even if you think it might be because of them, it's not. Yeah, I really feel like also there could be something about taking care of yourself. Like they taught you how to take care of yourself properly, how to properly care for your body and for yourself. Yeah, I really feel like they're more like very, I don't know how else to say it, like very 3D people. um so they taught you what they knew. That's what it was. And they probably taught you mostly about caring for the body and caring for yourself during hard situations as well, in life. Let's see what other cards came through here. We have faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. So yeah, one of the lessons from them is definitely to stay calm and even, no matter what's happening, see the good in all of them. So no matter how much they're annoying you, you're clashing with them, the lesson with them is to stay calm and see the good in them. And for some of you, that may be also something your family tried to teach you as well, to be calm and to see the good in the world. But for some of it, it's definitely something that you had to learn while they were there disrupting things for you, trying to trigger you in a way. So yeah, that's quite interesting. We also have Elmoira here, awakening presence. The universe is with you, wear a cloak of protection and love. So again, protection really coming through. You're very protected. Like they protected you. You probably didn't realize. Maybe now you're gonna start realizing, or maybe you'll never know how they protected you. But they're definitely in some kind of way protecting you. At least one of all of your family members has been protecting you. And I really feel like they'll continue to protect you from the spirit world. If they're still in the living, when they pass, they'll continue to protect you. Or if they're not in the living, they are protecting you right now. And part of it is learning the interconnectedness of it all. Especially if you were drawn to, there's something here about sacred geometry and math and numbers. If you're drawn to these things, yeah, even when you were younger, then, or if your family like taught you a lot about that, there's definitely a reason that's where you started. A deeper reason for you yourself, for your journey. And that's how it happened. We also have open here. Say yes, expand through the extremes, and trust life. Again, that lesson of trusting, staying calm, and opening up. Somehow, your lesson is to open up to them. And even if things go from one extreme to the other, like from really, really good to really, really tragic, with your family, the lesson there is to still stay calm and be open, because that's the point of it. You stay open, you stay loving, and the more you show them love, the more they'll start changing. They're not gonna change fast, that's for sure. The very slow energy here with your family, but they will slowly start changing. So you need to have faith and keep being open. The more open you are with them, I really feel like like maybe you guys are going through this now, where you're learning how to deal with this family situation. But you need to stay open and know that, yes, there are extremes, but they're there for a reason. And they're happening just because, you're at this level and they're here, and you're expecting them to meet you at the same level, or they're expecting you to meet them at the same level, but you can't. So two very polar opposites are going to clash, so the extremes come through there. So yeah, maybe now you have more of an understanding why things are happening or were happening with your family. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So something in your family is reminding you about your plan and your soul plan. It really feels like in some kind of way they might push you. This is kind of weird. I'm getting that some of them pushed you towards a certain direction that was not right for you. And I guess the lesson is to not follow what your family is setting out for you, or like a family business or something, and to do what you came here to do, to trust yourself, to follow your intuition, to follow your guidance, and live your destiny. Not just let fate decide, or let your family decide for you what will happen. And but I also feel there's times when, if you're gonna make a wrong choice, or not wrong per se, but the choice that is not for you, they somehow assist you in that. So if you really want to move, they somehow accidentally convince you or sabotage your moving. Something like that, where they help you in this kind of way, where you don't make the decisions that you shouldn't make, you really shouldn't make, that aren't for you. We also have the cosmic rainbow. Look for the pot of gold and accept joy. So there's definitely something here about, again, gold, and again the feeling of physical abundance. It really feels like the relationship with gold and with money, with them is very important. The things that they taught you. So either they taught you very bad things and you were supposed to learn, or they actually taught you good things, and or a bit of both. I feel like it's that they taught you some good things and some bad things, and it's about reading between the lines, taking the good things and yeah, leaving the bad behind. And also accepting joy even through the hardships, still loving them, and still trying to have fun no matter how different you are. Um, yeah, for some of you also, like, they probably taught you how to have fun and really, really enjoy things. And the last card I have for you is the Peony Fairy. You're dizzy from changing directions so many times. Do not look back with regret, but look forward with anticipation and joy. Yeah. Something that you definitely learned already or are still learning with this family is exactly this. I really feel like it's them that look back a lot. Like, at least feels like maybe one of them looks back a lot and the other one is like looking forward always. So you see that dynamic playing out. So you can learn from that. I also feel like they're like happy people and content people. Like they're happy with what they have and they're fine with it, you know, they're not like constantly chasing after more and more and more and more and more and more. Maybe they want more, yeah, but they're not like really forcefully trying to get more. Again, like a slow energy from them. But yes, stop looking back, look forward, and live in the present. There's definitely a lesson that needed to be learned for you. And in some way, it was taught to you from your family. Anyway, group 2, I'm really curious if any of this resonated, so let me know in the comments. If you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you have a great day and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, group 3. Here's your stone. You guys picked the Death card. That came with the Two of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Wands. So group 3, in the previous two groups, there was definitely energies that could allude to maybe possible conflicts, maybe having a hard time with the family. You guys, I mean, it's very clear. It's very clear that this family situation, I can definitely tell you it was there for a reason, like for you to learn. But I can definitely see someone leaving, you definitely probably wanting to leave, so many conflicts there, people not understanding each other. I feel this energy of like, it feels like they're all blind and they're trying to talk to each other, or like deaf, let's say deaf. They're all deaf, they're trying to talk to each other, but they just can't hear each other. Or they're talking to each other like one is in this frequency and in this dimension, and the other one is in this dimension and that frequency, and they just can't come together. Like it's like they're speaking different languages. And not only can you not understand them fully, they can't understand you, you can't understand each other, they probably can't understand each other there too. It's just, it feels like a bit of a mess, but definitely a calculated mess. I don't know, it really feels like it was supposed to be like this. And with the Page of Swords as well, there's just this air energy that really feels like floaty, and do things before thinking, or like have a lot of ideas but then not do much and just argue about it. It really feels like a lot of immature energy. Sorry to say that. Don't want to offend anyone or their families, but it does feel like immature energy is coming through here. And indecision and indecisiveness as well, maybe from you or from some of them, and maybe because of them not being decisive, you became indecisive. And it really feels like, yeah, like having a lot of ideas but not knowing how to execute them. And that kind of went through to you as well, where you might at some point maybe you didn't really know what to do with all of your thoughts or ideas or emotions as well. It really feels like the emotional connection wasn't really there. But I didn't even talk about the death here. Death, it really feels like it's like the bringer of life, because with death comes life. With an ending comes a beginning. And there's definitely a dark energy as well, like death and this black stone. The darkness is there for a reason. The darkness creates. So death is a new beginning. So because of this situation, there was a lot of new beginnings for you. And I feel like you were taught from a young age that things can just change and shift instantly. Or it's fine to close some doors and open some new ones. And it's fine to walk away from something that you're not happy with. Again, this 5 of Wands, a lot of conflicts. Maybe there were some divorces in your family, and if there weren't, that was definitely creating even more conflict, because when people fight a lot, they don't divorce, there's just more fighting and more misunderstandings. But if there was divorce, then that also showed you that it's okay to close some doors, open some new ones, and then hopefully find happiness. I don't know if your family did, if they did divorce, and then yeah, I'm not sure if they did, but I hope for them that they did. But yes, there's definitely a feeling of you wanting to run away from all of this, you wanting to close the whole door, close the door on them, hating the darkness, hating the lower energies there, and really trying to distance yourself from this family of yours. Let's see what other cards came through here. We have the Dandelion and the Elder. So I just want to talk about the Elder first. By the way, 33, 34, those numbers could be significant to you guys somehow, since they're coming through together like that. And maybe that exact sequence of numbers means something to you. Anyway, the Elder, like the Elder, doorway to fairyland, doorway to special, unique experiences. It really feels like this family where you're born is a is a doorway to an experience that you precisely wanted. Like everything, like I said, everything was a mess, but a calculated mess. And this is exactly what you wanted to experience, because maybe you didn't want to experience all the drama. Let's say that. But there's something there like that was just perfect for you, where you were like, yes, this is what I need, so I have to be in this family. So I really feel that all of this shit that happened presented you with very unique opportunities, very unique viewpoints, and you were probably more grown than a lot of other people your age because of all of this that happened. And with the dandelion, it's literally the like symbol of, oh well, I worked so hard and created this flower, but whew, the wind blew everything away. That was it. It was there for a few seconds, but then it just completely collapsed. That kind of like reminds me of just your whole family situation. Like it finally got good, and then it completely crumbled again. Or like you got to somewhere, like you built the house and everything, but then it was like, oh, we need to leave this house. We actually want another one. Or oh, maybe we can't pay for this. Or I don't know, different, that kind of energy. Not that happened to you precisely. But yeah, it really feels like that, like very floaty energy. Like your family is just very floaty. Maybe there are a lot of air signs or something, but it really feels like they just float from here to there. At least one of them is like that. Maybe you're like that, which there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah. And I think this family gave you the opportunity to learn about, in a way, how to be more resourceful, but also how to let go of things more easily and how to not hold on to the past for too long, hold on to things for too long. Um, at least that's what you were supposed to learn from that. I don't know if you did. Sometimes we're supposed to learn things from certain situations, but we don't always learn them from the beginning. Anyway, we also have Lady Nada here, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So see, there is some love here. It really feels like extremes. Like, yeah, there are a lot of arguments, but there must have been love. There must have been some love. And if there wasn't, then that's partly why you awakened to this divine love, why you found spirituality, so that you can find the love for yourself, because you are missing it there with the family. And even if they did love you a lot and love each other, all of those arguments made a very toxic environment where you had a misunderstanding of what love and relationships are. So it was like your mission to learn what actually good relationships are and what love should really be like. And with them, you're definitely supposed to learn how to give and receive in balance, like not overstay your welcome, and there's no need to talk to them and try to coach them for hours when they're not gonna listen to most of that. When even if they're listening consciously, they're probably not gonna do any of that. So it's knowing when to back off when it comes to help and assistance, and also knowing when to help if you're really like, oh, I don't want to help them, I don't want to do anything for them. Knowing that sometimes, it might not be a bad idea to open your heart and give them some love or share something with them. We also have the mystic rose, compassion, devotion, humility. Again, kind of a similar energy here where it's you taking the role of the divine mother, the divine, kind of holding the divine feminine energy, holding the love. Also reminds me of that darkness where the darkness is really like where things are created. So that's more like the divine feminine, the creator, the one that births things in a way. I believe that's what I'm thinking right now, what's coming through to me. But yes, something about compassion. I mean, learning to have compassion for them, no matter how lost they seem, no matter what they're doing, no matter how much they might be arguing with you or with themselves, trying to have compassion for them and know that, they're just a little bit blind, but they're still experiencing something and on their own journeys, and they might not get to your level in this life, but maybe in the next one or the one after that, eventually they'll get there. That's the kind of feeling. Eventually they'll get there. So, just know that you were probably there at some point too. And you would have wanted someone to have compassion for you. You would have wanted someone to love you and to be open with you. So be that for yourself. For yourself, for them. We also have here deep cellular healing. I really feel like this card is coming through to tell you that you went in there because you needed to heal all of that, all of the conflicts. Maybe you are more of a mediator between them, the family. But it really feels like there's also someone in your family. I'm not sure if it's super direct. It could be like a bit more distant blood related, but there's someone who's some kind of healer. They're either a doctor or something like body healing or psychologist or some way like spiritual healer. I feel like someone has that ability, but I don't know if they've come into it yet or they're using it, but there's definitely someone there who can do that and help. Maybe you also can do that. But yeah, it really feels like you're there to heal. You're there to heal and to help. Let's see the next card. Double mission. Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. So definitely, you're definitely a starseed. I can confirm that for you. I'm getting this feeling that also some of your family members are, at least one of them is, and I don't know if you specifically wanted, yeah, of course you specifically wanted to come in together into this life, but maybe you've lived other lives together and maybe you're connected in some way. Or maybe you're both here to heal this family, like this line, this ancestry. Could also be a sibling of yours that's this. But it really feels like there was freedom of some kind in your family. Actually, now that I think about it and I'm feeling into it, there was a freedom to be yourself. Even if you weren't fully accepted by them, there is a freedom to be yourself and kind of go your own way on your own path. No one really stopped you that much. And it really feels like you were also there so that you can do your mission, your starseed mission, so that you can be yourself, be allowed to be yourself. Like maybe they were more open-minded than some other families. The next card here we have is open your heart. Again, a lot of opening, love, hearts opening. Love yourself, dare to be vulnerable, being vulnerable with them. Maybe part of the conflicts were coming because people were feeling too vulnerable or weren't vulnerable enough. And it's like part of your mission. I definitely think it's part of your mission to heal these relationships, and how you heal them is by opening your heart and loving them. Yeah, and being compassionate with them. I really feel like there's like a lot to learn there. You're definitely there in this family to learn, and so that you can grow into this kind of person early and not have to learn in other ways, for example, with like friends and peers. And the last card I have for you is Winter Fairy. Now is the time to move your thinking onto a higher level. You're equipped to do more than you have contemplated, and you will succeed. So part of that, what I was saying, that I really feel like they allowed you to kind of do more of whatever you want and go where you want, is really coming through here as well, where it feels like I really feel a support of some kind. I don't know in what way it's coming through or it came through, but I do feel that there is support from your family for you in some kind of way. I don't know what kind of way. It might be different for everyone because I'm not getting a precise answer. So it's probably different for everyone, but I do feel like there is support. And an opening for you to be more than you thought you can. Again, like this card says, like you were not taught that you're like you're poor and you're gonna stay poor forever. Maybe you were taught that you can do more if you believe you can. Although maybe you still had the limiting beliefs, yeah, but still, they probably tried to teach you, or at least one person tried to teach you that you're limitless in a way. And moving your thinking to a higher level. Again, I'm wondering if there's someone in your family who's like maybe more distant of a family member who is more into either spirituality or some kind of higher way of thinking. Something about knowledge. And they were there to teach you in some kind of way, to show you that, these things exist and certain things are possible. Yeah, quite interesting. I'm really, really curious if you guys resonated with any of this and what you thought of it overall. Anyway, if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, group 4. You guys picked the Citrine and the 4 of Wands. The cards that came with that are the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the Moon. That's quite an interesting group here you have. So I feel like definitely with the 4 of Wands, with the Citrine, I feel a lot of love and happiness and like enjoyment there. I really feel like your family loves you so, so much. And they probably themselves have a lot of fun, and I feel like you probably have a lot of fun with them too. Like there's just a lot of fun and warmth there and happiness. I can definitely see that, like, there's a lot of work, like workers. These are people that are hard workers, and maybe people of a certain trade. Maybe you followed the certain trade too, like maybe it runs in the family or something. But definitely I feel like people who work a lot and are definitely trying to grow and move forward. And passionate people as well. There's a lot of passion here. A lot of passion, and it feels like this passion is keeping everyone going. It also feels like, again, like fun, maybe a bit sometimes do things before thinking kind of energy, but I think everything works out in the end anyway. With this 10 of Wands, though, there's a lot of weight on your shoulders, I feel like, but also on your family members' shoulders. At least someone feels like a lot of pressure. Maybe everyone kind of feels some kind of pressure, and underneath all the smiles and happiness and love, there's a lot of baggage, a lot of trauma being carried around. And I do feel like that's why you're there in this family, probably to help release some of this baggage and trauma. With the Moon, I definitely feel like maybe it's the women in your family. It might be the men, but I'm really feeling like a woman. At least one that's very connected. More spiritual, maybe not necessarily into this kind of spirituality, but I really feel like a connectedness to the earth and the cycles, who maybe at some point worked in some way with the cycles of the moon. Again, not necessarily in this kind of more spiritual way. It could even be like one of those moon diets. But like if if one of the women did do that, it's because she felt drawn to the moon. Like there's definitely something there. The moon coming out also probably means that there are secrets there. So again, on the outside, it's a lot of smiles and happiness and love, but there are secrets. And I don't even know if like you know some of them. I don't even know if they've been like outed, these secrets, but they've just been kept by whoever, whatever whoever did. And maybe they kept that secret. And maybe that's part of why some baggage was created too. But definitely, I feel more of like a spiritual vibe here where it's like guided and intuitive. Again, not necessarily being like into tarot and like really spirituality the way that we know it now, but just intuitive and following their own guidance. And yeah, I do feel a woman energy. Let's see what other cards came through here for you, group 4. We have the apple and the rose. So again, here with the rose, there is something about secrets. Now, it could be that what we're talking about here is someone who's very good at keeping secrets. I do have this feeling of maybe you have someone in your family who is like who you're really close to, and you really feel like you can talk to them about all kinds of things, and there's someone you feel like you can open up to. But again, also something about a secret from someone else. I don't know if that secret has come out or not, or if it ever will, but there's definitely someone keeping secrets and being more mysterious. Yes, someone there in your family is more mysterious. It's really interesting, like the way the messages are coming out for your group. And with the apple in this case is a lot about endings and being like coming to terms with endings. So I might even like I do feel like someone in your family passed away maybe early, or like it felt like early for you, and you had to really come to terms with that death. And that's part of what happened for it to teach you to come to terms with death. I mean, maybe it's not the main reason it happened, of course, but part of your lesson there was to learn to accept death. And it could not even be talking specifically about death. Yeah, I do feel that, like, there's something about grieving and definitely coming to terms with that, but also maybe an energy of you learning to let things go, or when something is done and over, and let it go from a young age with the help of your family, so that you don't have to struggle with that later on like a lot of other people. Yeah, let's check out the other oracle cards. We have Krishna here with devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You're loved unconditionally. I don't know why this card just randomly made me feel like maybe someone in your family is into some kind of like either Hinduism or Buddhism, some kind of or like really into yoga. I don't know. But teachings from the East, that would very much make sense if you yourself are from the East. But if you're not, maybe one of your family members was drawn to things from that area of the world, like teachings from there. But again, there's something about trusting your guidance. So there's definitely someone in your family who does trust their guidance, who does trust their intuition. And I feel like you learned from that. And that's precisely why you allow yourself to be guided right now. That's why you were guided to this video, to watch it. But yes, it really feels like a very strong connection to source and your true self, and the recognition of unconditional love. So this person in your family who is so guided and intuitive, they have a much easier time embodying that unconditional love and giving it to you. And in that way, you got to feel that, and maybe express that as well. Or maybe not. Sometimes we receive it, but we don't always learn how to express it until later. Here we have Dharma unfolding. Remember that you're on the path and take one step at a time to happiness. Again, like being taught that, you're on a path, being taught all of these things, like these teachings, more from the East, where, you're take one step at a time towards your path, like maybe teachings about karma as well. Again, it would really make sense if you yourself were born around there in like a family that's, I guess, from Asia, but an Asian family, I guess. But if not, then someone was interested in this stuff. And that's why you learned a bit about it maybe. We also have healing the mother line here. Healing ancestral work, mother line, and growing up. I mean, I'm trying to see what else is coming through except what's written on the card. Because obviously there's a feeling of healing the mother line. And again, if it's your mother, the one that's very intuitive, you probably both came in there so that you can heal the mother line. And it really feels like if it is the mother that's like this, your mother came in to start the healing and you came in to finish it. And to really, bring it home. But there is definitely the feeling of endings, beginnings, learning how to growing up, and a very feminine, like it really feels like you were raised by a feminine energy. Either your mother, your grandmother, you're raised by that divine feminine love and feeling it. We also have here, trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on, and time is not running out. Again, very much fitting in with this card, actually. Like, remembering that you're on a path, and trusting that time will never run out for you. It really feels like maybe that's how your family, or at least some of them, are, how they live their life, and you were taught to live it in this way as well. So you weren't rushing into things. Maybe sometimes you would feel this pull to rush and get better quickly, but it really feels like then someone would help you, or you'd realize, no, let's get back to that one step at a time kind of thing. Kind of lesson. Not lesson. Teaching? Way of thinking? Oh my god. But yes, it really feels like, again, something about cycles. Learning about cycles, learning about why you came in at the time you came in on. Like I said, it really feels like your mom, if it is your mother, there's like this, came in first to start healing that, then you came in to finish it. Really feels like you came in at the right time. Exactly right time. And they know that they also came in at the right time. We also have here, create your vision, do what makes your heart sing, you are being nudged forward. So this was probably a very supportive family that, allowed you to go and create and do whatever you wanted, and probably supported you to go out there and make your dreams come true. Especially this person, that's the intuitive person, who's so supportive of you. Probably the women in your life. I really feel like the women in your family were probably very supportive of you and really just wanted you to really do whatever you want, do whatever you love, nudging you forward, helping you move forward and do what you came here to do. And that's so beautiful and wonderful. And I hope that, no matter whether they're living still or not, I hope that you're grateful to them and you can express that gratitude to them in some way, because yeah, they love you so much and they're so supportive. Spring Song is the last card I have for you, Group 4. Now is the time to start your life development plan. If you're not sure, just ask the angels for guidance. I feel like in a way, your guide and the one you ask for guidance is, again, this person, this intuitive person, or maybe like your whole family could be like this. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. And you feel like you can ask them for help. And something I'm hearing is that your guides, and I guess if you want to say angels, they send you messages through your family members. So think deeper about what your family tells you, especially if it's kind of random. Maybe it's a message from your guides. But yeah, again, it really feels like they help you and assist you in your life and in your plan and path, so that you can get where you need to get. Even if they're not fully agreeing, I guess, with your path, they still want to help you and support you. So yes, that is quite a beautiful reading, Group 4. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm really curious if you resonated with this. Please let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you have a great day and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, Group 5. You guys picked the Red Aventurine and this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. And speaking of Aventurine, it always reminds me of adventure. And here we have the beautiful, amazing Fool coming through for you as well. So there's definitely something about adventure here with your family. We also have the Hierophant, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So Group 5, I see definitely a lot of love in your family. Someone really loves you. I feel like all of them really love you, but someone, maybe your mother or grandmother, who really loves you, like someone who's holding a lot of divine feminine energy, loves you, protects you, and really feels like they're always there for you. Like they're always there to assist and help you. But I can see that you were raised in a very interesting way. It really feels like that. Again, I'm speaking like this is about your parents or family, grandparents, etc. But this could be your relationship with your children as well. Just take it how you are feeling it. So yeah, it really feels like a deep love here. And like you're really allowed to explore and be yourself. And it really feels like with this family, you were shown both sides. You were shown what life is like when you're really carefree and doing what you want to do and whatever, like just going on your journeys. And you were also shown a side that was much more traditional, much more strict, and like I guess the wise elder and the fool. Like literally you're getting both sides somehow in the family. So you got to experience both of that and learn from both, which is so interesting. So maybe one of your parents is one side and the other is the other, or yeah, something like that. But there's definitely interesting dynamics here, and it really feels like like uh, like they taught you what love is, because you can see all of these different types of love, but with your, because of your family and the way it is, you are able to pinpoint what is really, really, really true love. And because of that, you could find it in yourself. And it really feels like, yeah, like there's so much love there. There's also something about filling your cup, being taught to fill your cup and enjoy yourself. And like good ways to do that. And then also helping others. I feel like they taught you, like someone taught you for sure how to assist others, to be good to others, to help when someone needs it, to give a helping hand. And part of how they taught you that is by doing that for you and loving you and caring for you. It also really, like, I don't know why I'm looking at this rabbit. Maybe there's something about rabbits there. I don't know if exactly you had rabbits or your family had rabbits, but maybe there's something about the symbol of rabbits. Like, I'm getting tenacity and going for what you want, like getting what you want, hopping towards your destination, I guess. And family, definitely. I mean, family, and it really feels like because of the way your family is, you really want to have a nice family too. I don't know. Something was like on the tip of my tongue, but then it disappeared. Completely disappeared. That was so weird. Like I was just thinking of it and then poof, gone. Oh yes, independence. I really feel like you learned how to be independent. Because of your family, you were able to learn fully how to be independent. Not just financially independent, also independent, and really to pursue what you want. Really, really, really. I really feel that, to pursue what you want. And if you want it, go and get it. Like, and that's probably how some of your family members are and were as well. And maybe, they had to go through a lot of shit to figure out which one the good cup is. Like, oops, I accidentally went to this weird creature. It's not that one. Maybe let's try this one. Well, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it's this one. Yeah. I don't know if you had to go through that as well, or they just taught you and you just knew because of them and with their help. But yeah, there's definitely the feeling of that. Like, they had to learn from experience, but you maybe could just take their knowledge. Let's see what other cards came through for you. We have the Basil and the Buttercup. For some reason, this 5 is standing out to me, and this is also a 5. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of stability. I don't know if 5 is a symbol of stability, but that is coming through in my mind. Definitely a stable home. With the stable, one of the people was very stable. I really feel like maybe it was your mother or grandmother, and someone else was a bit less stable, a bit less there maybe. Anyway, with the Buttercup, wait, sorry, let's start with the Basil. It came through first. With the Basil, again, helping others. They love helping others. You, in turn, love helping others. They taught you how to help yourself, how to help others. They were helping you. And in turn, that just kept going. They help you, you help them. They help you, you help others. So there's that kind of feeling of helping, a lot of helping, and love and helping. I feel like maybe your group is like seems like the nicest family. Although of course no family is perfect, but It really feels like a nice kind of loving energy. And with the buttercup, definitely learning to reassess the situation, step back and reassess. Learning to not be too much. Um, learning to help, but not overstay your welcome somewhere. So, like, if you're trying to help someone, you tell them maybe once or twice, but then if they don't listen, you leave them alone. Um, and that comes again, I feel like it came from experience. Again, I don't know if you had to go through the experience or it was you learning from your parents who definitely went through that, or your family who went through that and taught you about it. But definitely learning about not overstaying your welcome and like taking a step back and knowing when to stop. I'm also hearing nagging. Like someone maybe was really naggy and maybe you were nagging as well because of that. Like just constantly saying something like this. Like and it's like, okay, stop. You don't need to keep saying that same thing over and over again. Yeah, there's the feeling of that and learning how to let go of that. So maybe that's something that came with your family and you just learned that, just by being there. And it's something you had to get over. Maybe people pleasing as well is something that was prominent here with one of your family members and you became a bit of a people pleaser. And again, something to look at and learn from. Let's see what other cards came through. We have Serapis Bey with Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. I really feel like they showed you the light. They showed you the love. So that showed you the light. And like I said, there's no perfect family, so I feel like there was darkness there, and there's definitely darkness in you that you had to get over. And maybe you still have to get over that darkness. But your family and your situation in some kind of way helped you get through that darkness and rise above it and become lighter. Interesting. We also have Temple of the Rose, Ancient Power, Expression, Activation, Scarlet Codes. I definitely think at least one person in your family is definitely special and gifted in some way, just like you are, of course, but you're not the only one. And for some, it might literally be like they're into spirituality, they have abilities, you can see it, you know it. But for some, it could be that they're not into spirituality, they don't understand anything, but it's within them. The codes are in them, and certain things they say or do or give you are going to unlock things within you. And that's why they're there. That's why it's important. Like, not everyone needs to be super into this stuff and super down to meditate, super down to talk about, I don't know, all kinds of this kind of stuff, I guess, that I talk on my channel. But they're still interested in something. I feel like they're interested in, like, maybe some kind of interest in ancient things. Maybe you guys had past lives together in these, like, ancient times. And now you're back together again, or you were constantly, being a family or in the same lives, I guess, incarnating. But yeah, it really feels like there's codes there and they're like something within you is unlocking because of them and you're unlocking them. And it's just the more you help, the more you help. The more you help, the more you get help. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting with you guys, where it's just all so divine and it's all so planned, like, beautifully. And it really feels like your higher level souls that definitely planned this kind of stuff and planned it even when you were in these ancient times. You knew that you would incarnate now, so you planned for that somehow, so that you can learn something, unlock something in some kind of way. Don't know. That's for you to figure out. Group 5. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out and find common ground. So maybe that's something that you were able to learn either from them literally or with your interaction with them. So maybe they taught you this, or maybe you had to learn it so that you can find common ground and still be a lovely family, I guess, together. And learn that none of it matters. Like if there's conflict, it doesn't really matter. Or if something bad happens, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And learning how to deal with things like that. Yeah, I really feel this like energy where they taught you how to be more carefree and not care too much about things. Again, I'm saying a lot they taught you, but that doesn't necessarily mean they sat you down and they're like, okay, listen here, kid, this is how this works. They can teach you through different ways, through their actions, through them doing something right, or through them doing something wrong and you noticing it. Again, you know how they taught you. But I just wanted to say that in case someone gets confused in some kind of way. We have inner earth here as well. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So again, really linking me back to that full energy where it really feels like the knowing that everything will be fine and you'll survive this, and finding new ways of dealing with things. Or again, even this card, like finding different ways and seeing the different ways and finding the right one for you at that time. And no matter, it really feels like no matter what happens with you guys, everything is gonna be fine and everything goes back to normal. Everything goes back to love with you. And I don't know if this is with your whole family. It could be just with one particular person from your family. Again, for everyone, it will be different. We're all different, have different lives, etc. We also have the Cosmic Sapphire. Act with honor and integrity. So definitely something most likely at least a few of your family members were doing, really speaking their truth, living their truth, no matter what anyone else thought about them, and expressing themselves. Acting with that honor and integrity, where I get this feeling of, they wouldn't do something that they think is malicious, like, or they wouldn't work for something that they feel would harm others in some kind of way. They want to help others, just like you want to help others, and that's where you got all of this from as well. I feel like that's why you're probably a very much like a loving, caring person who really likes telling the truth, and that a lot of that was because of your family and how things went on within your family. And the last card I have for you here is Fairy Revels. Your life can be joyful if you allow your faith to open the doors that will make this happen. Remove the barrier and everything will be clear. So it really feels like finding joy, like finding ways to find joy, or not allowing yourself to be beaten down, or if one door doesn't hold your joy, you open the next one. Like there's enough doors here. We will find the truth, we will find happiness. We just need to keep trying and like trying to open the door and remove the barrier. So yeah, it really feels like maybe that's the philosophy someone in your family lives by, or that's just how it worked out for you because of what you saw and what you experienced. But yeah, quite an interesting reading. It really feels like such a warm energy here, warm and loving and caring. So yeah, group 5, let me know in the comments what you thought about this, if it resonated. And if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye!